the next episode of Mandalorian is still in a galaxy far, far away, aka I have no idea when the release date is, and dear God, give me more! I need to see more of the child. Whoops, with his little ears. I don't know why I did that. There are just sometimes when you walk into a fabric store and you see a fabric and you must own it. Do you have an exact plan for it when you buy it? No! Do you buy 6 yards because probably you're gonna make a dress out of it? Abso-freaking-lutely you do. And that's what happened to me. I found this fabric in this TikTok right here where I was going to get my machine repaired and then found I didn't have to get my machine repaired, so I was already planning on spending $100, and then instead of spending $100 on my sewing machine, I spent $100 on the fabric. Because that's what you do with adult money, right? I'm not a good adult. But what I want to do is I want to use the same dress pattern that you've seen me make 4 times, I think, on this channel now. It is my favorite little like gathered or straight yoke gathers, and it's the Laker labels and the 1930s repro and the Christmas dress. Anyway, have I also vaguely debated actually making fun little Yoda ears? Because I don't, the ones at Disney are fine, like they're fine, but to me they're not enough. So am I gonna go get some foam core from Joann's and possibly make my own on a green headband? It's very possible! Stay tuned to find out, because even I don't know yet. All right, let's go. And for today's project, we're going to be using Simplicity 3932 in that bust 44, one of my favorites. And while I'm doing this version right here, on the back, the difference is the fact that it is also a yoked back. And that's how I'm gonna change it up this go around. Now the skirt, we're not doing that skirt. We're gonna do a gathered skirt. And for those shoulder yokes, I will be using this amazing black sheet, all cotton, no big deal, and the best Baby Yoda fabric I have ever seen. Sorry it's vaguely crooked, but it's still really cute. All right, let's go. And of course, as always, making sure to lay it out on the floor, because why buy a table where you can crawl around on the floor and hurt your back a little bit more? This is a smart plan, right? Anyway, after laying out the pattern pieces one way, I decided I should attempt to follow the straight of grain on this sheet. I wasn't 100% successful, but I did do my absolute best. Now in laying out your pattern piece, it is imperative to have your friends on YouTube follow you along because, well, otherwise what are you doing? And this is the part where I realized I had forgotten to grab my ruler, otherwise there was no way I was going to be able to do this adjustment. The only thing I do to this pattern is I nudge it out 1 inch along the back side, just to give me a little bit of extra 2 inches. Now do I remember this in between pattern uses? No, absolutely not! Did I absolutely have to watch my Christmas dress to remind myself what I did? Yes, I did! And the only thing I really cared about is making sure that the Baby Yodas were facing up. I knew because this was on a diagonal, I was never going to be able to pattern match or get it to line up correctly, so I didn't even bother. Now, did I absolutely pin the other piece upside down by accident? Yes, I did. Did I almost cut it out that way? Absolutely! And now for the skirt piece. How did I line it up? That's right, I tore it directly across. Can I show you everything? No, because my camera kept deciding to die. But basically, I just went ahead and cut out 4 pieces that were straight across, and then I angled them after the fact. And what this left me with was a 34-inch top to attach and gather, and a full width bottom, which was 42 inches. And I couldn't think of a better thing to do while making tailor's tacks than to sit down and re-watch a little bit of The Mandalorian with my absolute favorite, Baby Yoda. And while I was sitting there, I had an idea. Why yes, friends, my lovely little squishmallow, I have no idea. It did actually dawn on me that his ears were very similar to the kind of ears that I would want. So in that moment, I made a plan. But of course reality set in that I actually had to sew the dress first, so I went upstairs and did that. Some gathering, some yoking, and a bodice front put together, and a bodice back put together. And one thing I also did do is I gave this a shot this go around of sewing the bias actually on while it was flat. And while it was super easy to actually attach, I didn't have to worry about wrinkles and all that, it didn't really give me the cleanest inside along the bottom, but I didn't really care. So good morning. Do you ever wake up on those days and really just feel like a sound just personifies you? Well, today, clearly, mine is waking up in the morning and cosplaying as a person who has their shit together. Did I just record the entire intro and I had not actually pushed record on my camera? Yeah, nope, definitely did that. God. And I just got coffee on my clean dress. But it's gray fabric, so it'll be fine. I'll put some water on it. Back on track! Things I did last night that were off camera would really just... I sewed the side seams up. Everything else I sort of showed you along the way. I did also run my gathering stitches along my 34-inch width along here on all 4 panels of my skirt, and then I realized I forgot something when I was cutting out. I don't know if you noticed because my camera kept dying for some stupid reason, but I didn't cut out any pockets. And as we know, in my world, 'tis blasphemy to not have pockets, so I went and I grabbed some scrappies, so I'm gonna make my pockets out of these. Okay, I've got lots of stuff to do today, including pockets, skirt entire assembly, bodice to skirt, and going to Joann's Fabric so that I can go ahead and either buy a orange zipper, because I don't know if I actually have one of those. Maybe I do. I'll have to check the giant stash from the fabric shop that closed in South Carolina, because I think I have an orange zipper. But I will need all types of ear shenanigans. And I figure I'm just gonna wait till I get my kid, because she likes to go with me to Joann's, so we'll go together. It'll be team effort! I'm still amazed at my ability to thrift the exact color of zipper that I need. I think it's some type of magic. Skirt that's taller than me? Check! At least before gathering. And then I sat and gathered for what felt like forever. Okay. There's still lots of finishings to be done, but the skirt is attached. Now it's time to eat some lunch, go to Joann's to get other things, and then do the ears. Oh yeah, and do the hem and do all the other finishing touches to this dress, including putting the zipper on. But hey, we're not gonna worry about that right now. Let's go eat some lunch and then go get my kid. And with the small child acquired, we headed off to Joann's. Enjoy some kid cam. Now once inside Joann's, we did have to bring our favorite friend along so that we could properly match him in color. I opted for this green because it was super close. It didn't quite have the blue I wanted, but that's alright. This was the pink first option. We opted to not go quite so bright with this second option. Much better. Hello. You, friend. You sit down there. So, everything has been acquired for ears. We have 1/2 inch high density foam from Joann's that was $17.99 a yard. Grabbed 1.5 yards. I'm probably gonna have too much of it, but what's sad is that this coloring is really close to Baby Yoda, but it's not fuzzy, so I didn't want to do that. I did end up with these 2 little flannelly cheeky bits. You got the green, and you got the pink. Huzzah! And I got enough for a pair of ears for myself and for the kid because, well, she heard I was making Baby Yoda ears and she wanted some, and she has good taste, so we got enough for both. And despite my best looking around Joann's, there wasn't like a good craft headband thing. And since I'm gonna have to sew onto it, I wanted it to be poofy. Hello, darkness, my old friend. So what we did was we went down to Le Target and acquired 2 headbands. One for the kid, one for me. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the foam, I'm gonna cut it out, we're gonna take the fabric, pattern it off of Baby Yoda's ears, which is something I've never done before, but hey, it can't be that bad, right? But first, apparently Candy wanted to say hi. She came busting upstairs. She's not supposed to be up here because there's too many little things on the floor. But she just wanted to say, hello! Oh, hello. Oh my goodness, she's so excited. She must. Oh, hello. Yep, that's her wanting something. Okay, all right. Yes, okay. She needs something, so I need to go now.
3 hours later.
And what I decided to do was bring along my tracing paper. I wrapped it around the ear and drew a rough outline in Sharpie, being very careful to make sure it didn't bleed onto my lovely squishy. And now that I had my rough shape, I wanted to make sure it would fit the headband. Oh, maybe not so big. Let's try this instead. Ah, much better. That will do just fine.
The next day.
Now, for the pink of the ear, you can feel free to ignore that part where I said leave any type of seam allowance because that's a dirty, rotten lie. I did go ahead and line it up with the edge and make sure that's a 1/2 inch away using my clear ruler. Once it's pinned down, all you have to do is just straight cut it out, because I live on the edge. Then go ahead with your green and do the exact same thing, keeping it a 1/2 inch away for your seam allowance from the selvage edge, and pinning it in. And for this one, you want to make sure that along the bottom, you're leaving 1/2 inch, and along the top, you're leaving 5/8 of an inch to give that slight variance to the ear. Once your green is all cut out, then you want to make sure you take your invisible ink, your erasable ink with the heat gun or your pencil, whichever you choose, and make sure you mark that fold line so that way you can line the top of the pink ear up with the fold line of the ear itself. Once that's all sewn on and ready to go, you want to pop that iron right over top of it just to make that ink magically disappear. Or you can mark inside the selvage edge and it's really no big deal. Then you want to sandwich those ear pieces together with the right sides together and stitch all along. Then trim away the excess. And don't forget to press open those seams. Now moving on to the foam, you will want to make sure that you're cutting out 2 pieces of foam from your green earpiece. No need to add on extra this time around, just trace right along that pattern piece. Once you have those 2 traced out, just go ahead and cut them on out. Now once they're all trimmed out, you actually do want to trim it down about another 1/4 of an inch depending on how full you want your ear to be. And then I opted to sculpt around the edges a little bit as well. And then we're going to stick this foam into this ear, and I'll meet you at the reveal. Quick wrap up on the floor because that's where my energy level is, the floor. I actually really enjoy this project. I am going to wear the daylights out of this daggone dress. The ears though, I think are sort of my favorite part. I'm not gonna lie. They're adorable, and the number of people that walked by and went, "Where did you get those?" And I'm like, I made them. It was pretty epic. So overall, as always, I completely recommend this pattern. It's fantastic. And if you really want your own pair of Yoda ears, do it. Just do it. Grab yourself a Squishmallow Baby Yoda or try and figure it out from my measurements on screen and go for it, because they're so much better, honestly, than the Disney ones. They're so much more true. The only thing I would have done, I would have lowered them because they sit a little high on the head. Hang on. Oh, hello. So see, they sit a little too high. The only thing I think I would do I would lower them down at the bottom of the headband. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense as far as like when you're putting on, you're like, this looks wrong. But when you put on your head, you're like, oh no, yeah, that would have been more correct. But it doesn't matter. They're fun. They weren't meant to be. I'm not trying to cosplay Baby Yoda. I just wanted my own Baby Yoda ears. And so therefore, I made them. And actually, while we were walking around, I was surprisingly shocked. Normally the Disney things give me headaches, and these don't. No headache whatsoever. So 10 out of 10 would recommend a headband from Target and some high-density half-inch foam. Ow, okay, I'm going to take these off because I keep hitting the apron. So if you enjoyed this kind of content, make sure you click that like button. Being sure to comment and let me know just what was your favorite part of my project. I know what part was mine, but what did you personally enjoy? And don't forget to hit that bell for those notifications so you can know when I launch a new video, because I normally do them on the weekend, sometime between Friday and Sunday. Normally it's Saturday, but I'm still working on being consistent on the day of the week. Either way, I hope y'all had a wonderful time, and stay spooky, friends. We'll see y'all next time. What am I going to do for Friday? Baby Yoda? I should do Baby Yoda. Okay, great. Let's do Baby Yoda. That's what I'm going to do this week. All right, great. Because I've been saying I was going to make this dress, and I still haven't done it. Star Wars! We're going to talk about Star Wars. While the next episode of Mandalorian is far, far away. No, there's a better pun there. Stephanie, you have to push the record button. I just did an entire monologue and told you about my day, and I did not push the record button. Can mommy go sew now? Or do I need to pay attention to the puppy? Oh, hey, that's my ear. Okay, let's go pay attention to the doggo. What do you think?
I think it looks good.
Real question though, which is bigger, my skirt or my ears?
Skirt, only because there's a lot more yards of fabric.
Okay.